رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم اهدني وسددني. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to our class today, and inshallah we will be covering chapter 15, which is about the haram foods and drinks. Al-at'imatu wal-ashribatul muharrama. There are certain foods and drinks which Allah does not allow Muslims to take. These are called haram foods and drinks. Haram is an Arabic word which means not allowed, prohibited, or unlawful. So opposite of this would be halal, which is allowed, permitted, and lawful. And here we have haram. Allah does not want us to eat haram foods and drinks. Only a few foods and drinks are haram. So we all know that Allah, being our creator, is the best who knows what is good for us, what is the best for us. So He has prescribed for us the halal food and disallowed for us the haram food, which are quite few, very few. So if we keep these 5 kinds of food in mind, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we would be staying away from the haram foods and drinks. So these 5 kinds of foods are swine, that is an animal whose meat is not allowed. It is unlawful for Muslims. Anything that contains any part of the haram animal is also haram. So swine, we all know, it is the meat of the pig, pork. Some of you have the question that why this animal is being made haram, because it is very, very unhealthy, and what it eats is also very dirty. Where it stays is also a very dirty place. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected us in many ways when we stay away from eating the haram food. Second one is blood of any animal or bird. So blood is disallowed. Third one, the meat of dead animals and birds. So any animal which is dead already, it might be due to some disease, it might be due to some other animal killed it, so there can be many reasons for it. So we are not supposed to eat the animals which are dead, birds and animals that are dead. Then fourth one, the meat of animals that are slaughtered in the name of any other than Allah. So whenever Muslims slaughter an animal, be it for any purpose, the regular eating or during the Eid or for Aqiqah or for any other purpose, we always mention the name of Allah before slaughtering. So with the name of Allah, we do the slaughtering. So that has a lot of benefits, and the meat of animals that are slaughtered not in the name of Allah are also haram for us. That is because we do not believe in any other gods, and the sacrificial animals which do not mention the name of Allah are also disallowed. And finally, we have alcohol and intoxicating drinks and drugs. And we all know what are the harmful effects of intoxicating drinks and drugs on our body. It completely leaves us in a state where it's not only the health wise, but it's also the spiritual and the behavioral effects after we intake these things. It completely leaves us helpless. It does not keep us conscious. So these things are completely haram. It is a sin to eat or drink haram things. So these are the 5 things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has disallowed. Always buy and eat halal foods and drinks. Every food is made up of one or several food ingredients. What are ingredients? Ingredient means any of the things or qualities of which something is made. Sometimes food is made up of several other things, so those can be called as the ingredients. For example, a cake. A cake requires egg, milk, flour, um, some sort of oil or butter. So these are the basic ingredients of a cake. So these will be the ingredients. So every food has its own ingredients. So in our times, food packages come with an ingredient list on them. So any food, we have an ingredient list mentioned on it. So this list will tell us what are the contents of the food, what it was made of. Therefore, always read the ingredient label before buying food. Haram ingredients in the food make the entire food haram. So this is a very important thing to remember. Even slight um, inclusion of haram food will make the entire food haram. Do not buy or eat food containing one or more haram ingredients. Some haram ingredients are pork, bacon, alcohol, lard. Um, Lard is again a part of the flesh of the pig. That mainly, I think, includes the fat, that is the lard. Then we have the wine, beer, and chocolate liquor. Probably the chocolate liquor also contains, a part of it contains alcohol. So that also um, is haram. If you can see in this list, so this things are a mixture of things. Like in chocolate liquor, there might be many other ingredients. So even slight mention of alcohol with chocolate would make the chocolate haram. So that is the main reason of listing these things. Okay, and that completes the chapter, and we have the exercises. Explain the following questions. Explain the Arabic word haram. Haram means not allowed, unlawful, not permitted. So that is what haram means. And what is the ingredient label? Ingredient label will is actually the foods used to make up that food. So that is the ingredient label. Third one, write down a few foods that Muslims should be careful of. Okay. What should Muslims be careful of? Drinks, especially in the Western world. Uh, um, Also meat. So that would be where the Muslims should be really careful about. Activity, read this ingredient list. Okay, fresh bread. It contains wheat flour, sugar, bread improver, water, and lard. Now we know what lard is. It is a part of the flesh of swine. So are we supposed to make this halal and eat it as a halal food? Why or why not? No, we cannot eat this bread because it has lard. Read this ingredient list. Second one, tasty toast, which has wheat flour, water, salt, sesame seeds, 100% vegetable shortening. So can we eat this toast? Yes, of course, because all the things mentioned in the ingredient list are halal. Bring from home a few ingredient labels and discuss the ingredients in class, whether they are halal or haram. Probably you can do it as an activity. You can check the ingredient list whenever your parents get food from the grocery, and you can discuss how they are made halal. And even if you visit grocery stores, then you can check out the ingredient labels and find out why that food can be halal or haram. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.